You are listening to Wolf Trader Radio. This is your week in review for the week ending April 28, 23. This was a choppy but positive week for the S&P. The S&P has made an important long-term low on the Saturn cycle. Multiple forecast models are bullish on the S&P. April is normally a very active month for solar storm activity. A strong G4 storm came to Earth on Monday, April 24, 23. This causes a temporary disruption in the S&P 500. Initially, the S&P sold off in the days following the storm. However, we warned that this disruption would be temporary and there is tremendous underlying strength building in the S&P. Sure enough, the S&P rebounded on Thursday and look set to rally higher from here. Gold stalled out this week. But Bitcoin continued to maintain its strength. The gold Fed juice is still in a sell signal since March 27, 23. The Bitcoin Fed juice is still in a sell, but it looks stronger than gold on a relative basis. The Wolf Spread Trader is now long Bitcoin and short gold. Gold and Bitcoin are holding up very well since the banking crisis. Just a word of caution on gold, we are seeing a combined knee-jerk flight to quality in Bitcoin, gold, and bonds. The question is which class will remain strong after this crisis subsides and inflation calms. The long-term Saturn cycles suggest that gold is just beginning to enter wave 6 down. This wave 6 down lasts until late 2028. So gold may struggle to keep pace with Bitcoin in the coming months. Natural gas is still wandering around but showing some signs of improvement. The seasonal pattern for natural gas is still strong through mid-May. So there is still some time left for a rally. The Fed juice on natural gas is in a buy since April 19, 23, and the BAT model just went long on April 28, 23. Oil sold off this week but had a sharp rebound on Friday. The Fed juice for oil has been in a sell since April 14, 23. Despite the pullback, oil and gasoline are now in positive seasonals through July. If oil rallies into this period, gold may sell off simultaneously. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, we will host a webinar, Long-Term Interest Rate Cycles. This webinar will evaluate 3 unique long-term interest rate cycles for the 10-year note. Have interest rates peaked? Will they go higher or lower from here? What is the forecast for the next 10 years? Join us as we explore this topic in depth. We look forward to seeing you at the webinar, and thank you for your interest in Wolf Trader Futures. The webinar will be archived on Sunday, April 30, 23, on Patreon and the members area of the website. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. The Polar ARF Squared had a profitable week. The trade of the week was the Polar ARF Squared Turbo Long trade for the S&P on April 27, 23. There are 2 versions of the Polar ARF Squared running, the Polar ARF Squared Legacy and the Polar ARF Squared Turbo. The Polar ARF Squared Legacy trades with less frequency but a higher winning percentage. The Polar ARF Squared Turbo is a higher frequency version. The Polar ARF Squared Turbo trades smaller position sizes in micro contracts. The Polar ARF Squared Turbo trades with copper, gold, and the 2-year note. The Polar ARF Squared Legacy will continue to trade with the Polar ARF Squared Turbo. We will discuss the live account auto trading and Polar ARF Squared in detail this Sunday, April 30, 23, at 8 a.m. The Zoom meetings are open to the public. You must be on the email list to get an invitation, and replays are posted on the website later in the day. You can sign up for the free email list at www.wolftraderfutures.com or www.fedjuice.com. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.